What is up, kids? I recently listened to a series of podcasts called The End of the World by Josh Clark, and he basically talks about a lot of ways of we can end up the world as humans with all our technology and crazy things we do, and how we are not ready to deal with all the crazy things we're capable of, like atomic energy, colliders, progress in physics, progress in technology. And one of the interesting things he talks about is technological optimism. Is believe that if we can create some kind of technology that is extremely dangerous, we will be able to figure out how to deal with all the problems it can bring, which called technological optimism because it's not very realistic assumption. We can create something that we can not handle well. Even though he warns about not being too optimistic about what we as humans or scientists can do and handle. And on the other side, I still get a feeling that he's still very optimistic about it. I think maybe it's common to people who are not very familiar with technology and they think a lot of things are possible, which really not. So this is what I wanted to clarify a little bit about, because if you don't deal with creating anything like hardware or software on a daily basis, it's a little hard to understand what is going on under the hood. And what happened, a lot of people, they have too much trust in technology because they don't realize it's just humans. It's just like you and me, regular people who you can see every day, everywhere. They are the people who create all of that. And these are the people who can make regular mistakes. Technology as good as humans. It's not better. It's created by humans and it has all the mistakes that we can put in. They're there. We test. Let's say I have a new video camera. There's hardware, there's software, there are lenses. All of that tested. And after a while, there's always some kind of problem. Always somebody finds something, one of consumers, that doesn't work properly, because it's just humans that create all of that, and we naturally introduce different mistakes, or we don't think about multiple scenarios which way it can go. And if you deal with this day-to-day basis, it actually reduces your trust into any technology, because you know how actually vulnerable it is and how many problems actually it could potentially have. It leads to another very interesting concept about reliance on technology. We have so many things in our world which are fun and awesome and convenient. You know, we have Uber or Lyft instead of taxi. We have Amazon and other e-commerce solutions. Things are so different and so convenient, which is fun and cool. On the other side, now we depend on all of those things, and what happens if one day we don't have it? So basically, we are not very good at predicting future at all, especially when we deal with something quite unknown. And we live in the era of so-called information revolution, where all these inventions of microprocessor and consequent technologies led to the world which is absolutely unpredictable. It happened several times in humanity history. First, it was agricultural revolution, where a different way of getting food created a whole different world. Then it was industrial revolution, where we had a lot of mechanical and electrical devices, which led to a completely different world we were never able to predict. And then it led to information technology with all our high-tech things these days. We have no any clue where it actually goes. It's called technological singularity. Even though the point where invention happened in the past, we still don't know what kind of world it leads to. And that's why we don't really know how to deal if something goes wrong one day, if we lose internet, or if we keep internet and we invent something new and completely unknown we don't know how to deal with. It happens every day. Technology changes so fast. That's why I really don't like when people speak very optimistic, because number one, If we lose technology, we don't know how to deal with the situation. If we do have it and we invent something crazy, we don't know how to deal with that. In a lot of countries, it's very hard to deal with different legal situations because there are not even laws to handle those situations. For example, like recently drones, there were no laws how to really regulate drones. There were some laws about airplanes and different regulations on different heights, what you're supposed to, not supposed to do. But this is a whole new different device, and the way you handle it and the way you legally put different restrictions on it is something completely new, and it takes time us to figure out what to do with that. So overall, I would say I'm probably way more pragmatic and pessimistic with more people about technology. Don't get me wrong, it's fun and cool. I just think a lot of people, they rely too much on something that I don't trust a lot, because I create a lot of software myself, and I know actually how bad mistakes can happen, misunderstandings of what should be implemented, how should be implemented, and just regular human mistakes. I think it creates very vulnerable systems that we rely too much on. Anyway, it's just a fun topic for me to talk about. Let me know what you think. Don't be optimistic and just enjoy it. Bye. And I don't really, on the other side,